Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, James Protin. Every week I will be sharing the experiences that have defined my journey and talking with people who have their own powerful story to tell. It's about doing better and being better in life, business, and all things in between. The visually inclined can catch us on YouTube, or you can check us out on just about every podcast platform. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. We're on location here at Jamie's Dream Team Foundation in McKeesport. And our guest today is Jamie Ward, the founder and executive director of Jamie's Dream Team. And you're probably wondering why we have a third person here. And you're familiar with her. This is Olivia Bahana, my dear friend, and she's co-hosting today. She's been gracious enough to come and join us and participate in this conversation with Jamie. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited, as always.
This is great. This is great. So, Jamie, you have a very multifaceted story, one that is really not easy to just kind of break apart. So would you be so kind as to just kind of start at the beginning, right? You were diagnosed with a very complex birth defect that has impacted literally every aspect of your body and your life. Can you explain Vader Syndrome to us?
So I was born with the Vader Syndrome. I've had over 45 major operations since birth.
45?
Mm-hmm. And have been sick pretty much my whole life. Plus, I have a rare blood disorder where my spleen eats all my red blood cells, which is called hemolytic anemia. So my throat and esophagus was connected as one. And my colon was done in my body. So I have some issues with that, some renal issues, pretty much you name it in it.
And I mean, and it's even structurally with your physical skeletal structure. There's been issues with your back, with your spine.
Yes.
And can I ask how old you are?
35.
So you've had 45 surgeries and multiple medical procedures in 35 years. Mm-hmm. That's I mean, how did that impact your childhood? I mean, growing up, going to school, and just really just kind of like fitting in as a child.
I missed a lot of school, but it ended up, as I got older, it ended up being a benefit too, because I had fun with it. I was able to skip and say names, but
kids find a way around things.
Yeah, it was interesting. But needless to say, it was hard, but we got through it. And a big thing that my mom never treated me any different than my sister. I might have been sick, but I was the same as my sister, so I got punished the same. Everything was the same. So needless to say.
How did you feel about that? Did you feel like you should have been special because you were sick?
Nope.
So that turned out, that's a good thing.
Absolutely. And if you do that, I believe when you are sick as a child, you have to treat your kids the same. And nobody else will treat them different. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to, nobody's going to be good.
Well, it's hard enough, when you're a child and you're different. That's the hardest thing in the world for a child, is to be different from everybody else. Mm-hmm. So you certainly don't want to be treated different. Your mother that was a pretty wise thing to do.
I mean, I had a lot of, things that were different, but one thing was that I couldn't eat peanut butter. Really? I couldn't eat hot dogs. So I don't know, I say hot dogs and peanut butter, and I had to not eat hot dogs and peanut butter. And even to this day, if my husband will have a peanut butter sandwich or something, or I'll be making Daisy, my daughter, loves peanut butter, and I'll be like, hey, can I taste that? And but my dad did give me a hot dog one time.
Oh, is that right?
Freaked out. Yeah, it's freaked out. It's the little thing. Yeah, people don't think about.
Yeah, that's dad's job. That's the cool thing about being dad and grandpa. You get to break the. You're expected to break the rules.
He breaks the rules. Have hot dog. Let me tell you.
And you started the foundation, Jamie's Dream Team, at 18. Is that right? 17. Mm-hmm. So what led to that decision? How did you come to that?
I was being very sick going into the hospital for surgery, and knew I wanted to help other people. And I said, if I make it, we got to help them. And we did.
So you're sick and thinking about helping other people. Mm-hmm. You mentioned, okay, you're a wife and a mom now. Okay, we talk about the foundation in a minute, but your journey to motherhood and it was kind of unique, and not without its own peril and ups and downs. Can you walk us through a little bit of that? I know you just told Olivia and I that whole story, but I'm going to ask you to tell it again.
Well, I didn't get heavy.
Didn't get any,
but I did.
No morning sickness?
No morning sickness, but I was on steroids at the same time.
Were you?
Yeah, because I had a gestational carrier dazing. So I had to go through in vitro and have her, another woman carry her. But while she was pregnant, I was also on steroids. So it was like, wait a minute. Hold on. But no, yes, I did. I had to have a gestational carrier, and it was quite interesting. It was a blessing, a true blessing.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It was an emotional roller coaster.
Tell us a little bit about the up of the roller coaster. What was the blessing in your mind?
The blessing was that I found a woman who was generous and kind and so giving and loving to be able to bless me with the baby.
Because, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to have a child.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to have her.
That's amazing because, that's not something that I ever think about. I know it's a thing, but I never really thought about the process and how that would go about. How did you find her?
Facebook.
On Facebook?
Was in a Facebook matching group, and that's where I found her.
Interesting. And she's Western Pennsylvania. You didn't have to go anywhere.
No, we didn't go anywhere.
So what's the dip in the roller coaster? Tell us a little bit about the negative, because nothing's all good and perfect, right? There's always a downside to everything, and
the emotional side was the negative side would have been the emotions. The fact that here's this woman, I can't carry my own baby. I didn't want to have a baby shower because what if something were to happen? And it was hard. It was hard knowing that I couldn't carry my own baby mentally. What other people would think. On top of that, would this baby love me? Would she think that I was her mom? Would she be missing something from Christy that I couldn't give her? And the night that she was born, I wanted to give her back to Christy. And it was rough. And it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
But then, now she is my everything. I mean, within days, obviously. She was my everything.
Yeah.
Hours, I would say. But
they immediately gave her to you.
Right? They did.
You were in the delivery room. And they gave her to you.
So when we were in the delivery room, they put, the baby was born. They got everything going, put her on me, and we rushed out of the room. And that was that. And I felt horrible. I felt like this girl just did this. Spent 9 months carrying this baby, gave her life, and now we took her. We just took her away from her, and I felt absolutely horrified for that. But then they told me that I needed to bond with her. Like, she needed me. She needed to know that I was her mom.
Sure.
And it was just difficult. And that's all I kept thinking. Like, I got to go back and take her to see Christy. I got to show her to Christy. And it was horrible. Like, it was a horrible thing to go through, I guess. And now, like I said, we'll look at, like, I follow Christy on social media, and, like, I'll, like, scroll past her picture, her face, and I'm like, Daisy. Or we'll say something, and she'll like, oh, look at that girl. Daisy's met her once.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met her, when she met her, I thought, oh, is she gonna know who she was? No, not a clue. I was like, thank goodness. Sorry, Chrissy, but thank goodness she don't know you.
That's powerful because it's. Did you feel during the pregnancy that you were just like watching a movie or something, like watching somebody else's life that wasn't you know? How did you get in your head that that's your child?
I mean, I knew, but it was definitely like watching a movie, like watching somebody else.
So many things are out of your control.
It was all out of my control.
Mm-hmm.
You can only tell somebody what to do, what not to do, without feeling like they're a prisoner too. Mm-hmm. And I'm not that person. Like, I'm not an aggressive person. So it would be like, it was wild. It was like really crazy. And then a girl that works with us, who I met through all of this, she works with us now. She was going through surrogacy at the same time.
Really?
So we were going through it together. She was just a couple way more steps behind than I was.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we definitely share a wonderful bond.
That is awesome. And you connected with the surrogate as well. You had said that you had a really good feeling for her when you met her.
Oh, yeah. Like, her and I immediately hit it off. And it was amazing.
So you've been through so much, and I relate to that because I've been through so much as well. And hearing about everything that you've been through, like, I was wondering, because of Jamie's Dream Team, like, did you ever have a wish?
No.
So what made you want to get into this and grant wishes for other people?
So when I was young, I always gave all my stuff away. So like like how I did things in the hospital and so on and so forth. Like, I was always just giving and wanting to help other people. So I started my foundation just wanting to help other people.
That's so special. I remember when I had a wish when I was sick, when I had cancer, my wish was to meet the princesses. So, I mean, I was only 5 at the time, and that was a big deal. You know, these princesses, I wanted to meet them so bad. That was my wish, and it was so special to me. I went to Give Kids the World. Do you have any stories or anything that, you know, stick out to you like that are, like, extra special, or wishes you've granted?
Okay.
Things.
Yeah. So, honestly, every family that we help has impacted me in some way or another. And these families aren't just a number to us. They are a family. We help them through everything that we can. You know, some leave. We never see them again.
Yeah.
But some we've been there through. We've been there through the great times. We've been through the bad times. Mm-hmm. And it's just incredible.
That's so special because you create a bond with these people.
Absolutely, we do.
And I know that the people who granted my wish, like, we're still in touch, like, because they were something to me, and it's so important. You know, you never know when you'll inspire somebody, and I stand by that. I mean, you never know what you could do for somebody else, and that's so important that they're not just a number to you. I think everything is so much more special when it's on a small scale, because you do get to have that special relationship with people and really get to know them.
And it's unbelievable how, you know, doing this, like, you see different things that people want. And wow, like, YouTube, who would have thought that YouTubers are more popular than celebrities? We just took a young boy to Dallas, and he wanted to meet Leon Hart. He's a Pokemon YouTuber. And this man literally put his whole heart into this kid's dream. He set up hours and hours of fun, and not only just to meet him, like, he could have been like, hey, hi, here I am,
Yeah.
bye. No, he set up shopping sprees for this kid, gaming, Pokemon reveals, you name it, and this man poured his whole heart into this kid.
That's really cool.
And it was so special.
Yeah.
Like, it was truly, absolutely incredible. And this kid was so sick. But, like, he was so happy. You know, like, he was unbelievably happy just to be there. I mean, he was sick. He was really, I didn't even think that he was going to be able to go that day. Wow. You know, recently, we started football league. So we're with this football league, and I walk into this meeting the other night, and this gentleman walks in, and his face, if you would have seen his face, it was like, I can't even tell you. And he was stunned. He was like, I'm so honored to meet you again. I'm like, oh. Come to find out, we did his sister's wedding. Wow. We took them to Florida, and there was probably 50 people, and we took everybody to Florida, took them to Disney World, and did the wedding for his sister. And he said, "You have no idea how much you impacted my family."
That's
and it was an absolute, and we sat and we talked for hours, like, just about his family and, like, things that have happened, and his sister ended up passing away shortly after the wedding. But, like, just, like, the things that went into that dream,
mm-hmm.
and, you know, to make that happen. And a lot of the things we do is rushed. So, and I am not just, I'll talk to you on Monday morning. We are here 24 hours around the clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we're answering messages, we're talking, and if somebody needs something in the middle of the night, we get up out of bed and we go and we do it.
Okay.
Sort of like you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're kind of on the same schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
We're really on the same schedule.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's so special that these people have you guys because you're in it for the right reasons and you really care. And that's such a special and rare thing in these days.
Somebody asked us the other day, what are your hours? 24.
Yeah.
Like
44 hours. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. One question that came up as you were talking, telling the story about Disney, that obviously is not something that's it's not inexpensive. Right. So where does the support that you use the Jamie's Dream Team, where does that come from?
Donations, donors, grants, anybody who is willing to give us funding or volunteer to help.
Okay. So how would somebody go about helping you if somebody wanted to become? So you have corporate opportunities, individual opportunities. So just really anybody that wants to help is welcome.
And we do 4 programs.
Okay.
We don't just do dream granting. We do a Christmas to Remember. So what we do is we provide Christmas, and it's pretty much anything that these kids want on their Christmas list, them and their siblings, anything that they want.
Okay.
For kids who are sick or who their parents or, you know, have illness or their caregivers. Our Dream Granting 321 Disney and Disney Extravaganza, and those are for children with intellectual disabilities, children with Down syndrome, and then also autism and other intellectual disabilities we take from the Disney. We're also looking to expand on that program. And if it's just in case the kid don't like Disney or is afraid of the characters, don't want to go to Disney, we're going to start doing the beach and other places as well.
Okay.
And we take those families as a group so that they can connect and understand one another. You know, when you are in this, I find when you're in this journey that these parents are in, they feel isolated. They feel like they're alone. Mm-hmm. And we don't want them to feel that way. We want them to know that they have support from other families, from us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here.
That is so cool. And I think, you know, you're a very spiritual person. You obviously have a close relationship with God, and you understand how all of this is the interconnectedness of all these things. And I think the way that you have come to where you are from where you were in your journey to here, being driven by helping others instead of sitting and saying, woe is me, I'm sick, I have all these problems. I'm going to focus my energies on helping other people. That had to be a big part of your healing process as you've grown forward and with the issues that you've had.
Especially as an adult.
Yeah.
Especially as an adult. I can get up and go and help people, and, you know, I see others that are worse off than I am. I just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, though, too. I ran myself into the ground to where I can't keep going. Yeah. And, you know, I need to find that balance. And I don't have that balance. I know that I don't. That's why I need volunteers to help me keep going. Okay. Because it's wearing on me physically.
Yeah, well, it has to be. I mean, it's a lot, you know, just
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it does. Like, and sometimes it's rough, but what do you do?
Well, the things that we've talked about since we've been here, and we've learned a lot, and you have a full plate, and this is not something that, it's a grassroots organization. It's street level. You're right here. It's not, you don't have a corporate structure behind you to backfill those gaps. You have to do that yourself.
Daisy, look what's going on in here.
Hi.
Say hi.
How are you? Come here.
Say hi to our new friend.
So you're Daisy? I love your. Let me see. What princess are you?
You're right. Look. Can you say hi to our new friends?
Hello.
This is Olivia.
Hi.
And I'm Jim, and this is Nick.
Say hi.
Is this? I'm just older than you. Okay. We came here to talk to Mommy. Yeah. How are you? What are you doing today?
You're hugging your mommy.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so closing thoughts. What would you like the audience to take away from this about Jamie's dream team?
Never give up. Don't ever give up, and don't ever think that you're alone in your journey, because somewhere out there, someone's feeling the same thing. Mm-hmm. And nobody is perfect. Nobody's life's perfect. Whether you look in a glass window and you see, oh, all these people are sitting at the table, everybody has a problem.
True.
No matter who it is, they're going through an issue. So don't ever think that you're alone. Everybody always seems to think that, like, oh, I'm in this by myself, or nobody gets it. Yes, people get it, or nobody's perfect. Mm-hmm. And what do we always say, Daisy? It's not what? The end of the world? It's not the end of the world. No. I always tell her that. Because it's not the end of the world. Nothing's the end of the world.
Well, you wake up in the morning, God wakes you up, opens your eyes, and you're blessed with another day.
That's right.
So you make the best of it, and this is what you're doing is going above and beyond that. And I wanted to say thank you for what you do, and your tireless devotion to people who are struggling and otherwise might slip through the cracks. I mean, that's knowing that there's somebody out there that'll love them unconditionally and do what you can to grant a wish and do those things. I'm honored to have met you. I'm happy our paths have crossed, and hopefully we'll be able to stay in touch and do some things moving forward down the road. Yeah. Do you have anything that you would like to say closing?
Just, it's obvious that angels walk among us, and you are one of them, and we're so lucky to have you in this world. And I always say that our journeys are ours, but we never face them alone, and it's really important that we have each other.
Well, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. It's been great meeting you and Mom and little one. You have a wonderful day, Daisy. It's wonderful to meet you.
Really nice to meet you.
And that's it for today. Thank you so much. Jamie, this has been wonderful. Thank you.